Jude and Tashdalik to everyone. I feel immense pleasure and happy to be part of this very important and special and unique occasion, I will say. We all go to many ceremonies, functions, to inaugurate new schools, new hospitals, new buildings for development or business or whatever. But then very rare in these days to inaugurate something, a home for poor animals, which is something very unique and very rare, which happens very rarely. So today, I will say it's a very important and very unique day for all of us to inaugurate such important place for animals. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulate from depth of my heart to His Eminence Thiksey and all his team for initiating such a great initiation, taking care of, looking after the animals. It's a duty of all of us. As we all follow a spiritual life or religion, every religion talks about love and compassion. And particularly, Gautam Buddha's teaching all the teachings based on love and compassion. But when it comes to action, I think it's a very difficult. I will say this is the most difficult practice in all the teachings. So, taking care of the animals, looking after the animals, making a shelter for the animals, it means that we are really practicing, putting a teachings of love and compassion into action, and which is very, very much needed in these days.
I would like to thank His Excellency, Thiksey Rinpoche, for his compassion and generosity in creating such a huge, beautiful shelter. When I started animal welfare, I think I was born like that. I got my first dog bite at the age of 6 when trying to feed a stray dog. And my mother, thank God, was not angry with me. She just said, perhaps you should throw it rather than put it into his mouth. So the point is that when I first started animal welfare, there were no animal welfare people in the country. And it was taken for granted that even when Hinduism preaches compassion, active compassion remained beyond us. And it was regarded as something that little old ladies, widows, rich women, they did as a hobby. Now it is so amazing to see that every street across India has a feeder. Whether it's Muslim, whether it's Hindu, whether it's Buddhist, it runs across religions. Every street has a feeder of animals. Every street has somebody who stands up and fights for animals. Yes, there is a strong pushback. That is inevitable. In the war for compassion, it is a war. There will be, the first step was to develop feeders, develop compassionate people, which are now developing by the day. The second is to turn all the people who hate animals or ignore them into our ranks, and that will also happen. That will also happen. But we have our army is extending day by day. I never thought I would see the day that Ladakh would get an animal shelter. I did not know about Live to Rescue. Otherwise, I would have already taken it for granted. But now, since I've been here 2 days, I have seen 3 animal shelters. One was the one which is run by 2 ladies who live in Goa, foreign ladies, and who pay for this little one that has just started. The second one is, of course, Live to Rescue. And the third one is this big, beautiful, magnificent structure that is just coming up. I would like to thank everybody who has helped build it, and I, for my part, will do as much as I can to see that it gets off the ground quickly. What is needed here is money. Goodwill, we tire out when we're looking for money. I think that the Hill Council here, my colleague, can speak to the current MP and ask him to at least contribute something from his MP lakhs. Do you think you could do that? If we can just put 5, 10 lakhs. I, on my part, will speak to Mr. Khirwar, who is a good officer and compassionate. When he was in Delhi, he was the forest in charge. I will ask him to put something from the municipal corporation, about 50 lakhs, for this shelter. And I'd like to thank Bisleri and those 2 ladies, the owner and her colleague, Jayanti and Arushi, who helped in a small way lots of animal shelters across India, and they've also helped set up this one. I'd like to thank them.
And during Chamba Animal Welfare Society, during Gozuk Chosino, in Chesbo, Yawar Buchi, Namsik Lasana, Pepnam, and Tewa, Ninji, Chante, Togata Jastam Moladan Yupen, Sombasana, Teningaji, Yawa Yijin, Tunga, Tuchen, Nimo, the new, the success of Teningaji, Sambaji Yupen, the Yena, the Undurba went to the Pepman Basam, the Tiringaji, and the Gozuk Sosin, in the Tama Kensayano. You want to follow Mampuja, the Nata Rito, Sanjan, Chindo, the Nata Pundo, the Nato, Sanjan Mamposi, the Nata, Dumal, they went to the Nata, Chopchesipia, the Itose, Jensen, and the Rise of Europe. Roman Posi, the Chigalpa, the Kachigama, your answer, and I saw Joseph. Molata Innam, facing Consoling and John, and taking the question book, you got Pepsi. Mikura, each of Satan, Punjab, Sharon, Tenekam, down the near 2 Satan, 2 Winnipia, Lobjon Tanchesatan, Sanasik, which of Satan Kara goes to know, the Durgala Tatera, Molata Passan, the knee Simjan, you just put the Mason, the knee to just for one and you just the new, the new senior role, the Nata, one year that home, the member languages, Master the new smaller, the Nati each of the Simjan, when we can make Winnipia, each of the Nasaj, and the Judges in Aya, somebody European, the Nira Maja Rossi that in a psychiatric salna, the Nadiu, Buzukton, Mother than Malata, the Natan use material. Malang somebody open the years of Dana, selling a little prudent, and Rolama, Malajin and Ganji, Yatama Jinder, the Jusment and the Dream, and you, Buzuk Chespo, and Ma, Adam Fumepe, Ma, Tapos, you know.
Jule, during a Chamba Animal Welfare Society, Thiksey ayale. Thiksey Rinpoche skunduni ika psychiatric allocate zate yot ngaja ika animal shelter jik stray animal shelter jik sikche sifia tene iu ngaya boundary tang sigala lagba ngaya longi shik lam gor teniale tene teo during groups te ngaja shuru choste during inauguration day during celebrate chostenle tene e celebration e fia ngai Miss Maneka Gandhi mata former union minister ang jukstenok tene teo nang pong ata animal activist Indian ata top number 1 khuri ka jukstenok madam contact zat pasang madam skyo chale tenete fia ngaya ma ma'am skyo te ma thatpo ang rak chazana ma'am gun chok se ngane fala ina na animal gune fia ya semshane dugal gune fia chakla zat dukan guna khoa experience mangpo du kyale ki mata ka ne chi funding khong chen chazana lan chik shelter bu 6 te chik pudik bandi ga ta sting ne yo properly function jang chago zale ne met pa ya mane yang support met pa ban chachis chana to ang mandi ga nok samte tene ina nga madam les coaches pe jasting aja tyo umid yo ki ina nga je kane ngata I corporate social responsibility kane funding yang ngata animal tena ma'am le mola ngata animal board of India nang tie up chona tene ina yang government chok dam provisions mangpo jikyong to gale tena gaushala zu kana ngata gai ta ngata met tenok ina ngata I langto nang dakmet bungbu sangme fia tenang ne ngata yang provision jikyong ste tena pene jik thop tenga ya ngata tangra chok sikche se izuk provision do gale tene teo manpa yang ata CSR funding chokla yang company mangpo nyampo associate choste khoi choks ne ngata I social responsibility under na ngata zukshik financial assistant chik tangyan chese tena possibility yong dukle tene ngai ma hopeful in ki ma me guidance na experience se hisab ne ngaji lam changmang gyokspa problem changma silen chache singai umid yot tene to na nyampo thuksra rimboche ding phep sa teno te kon live to rescue mane lo choosing ne fala shulen za teno ton gele tene ngaji tena samarak cham shige ika animal shelter yangan ne fala ngata ngai dakmet semshan borse na sa changma yot khong changma nang animal husbandry nang municipality nang changma chigdil songte ngatang changma chigdil songte ngata animal husbandry ngata sterilization ya manes kisgo kakse se khiuna especially chaklas buzat njigeno khoi akazat nang tene yang ngata shelter changma gos na ngai shelter sok live to rescue ya assumptions en ngata yotun gele tena chukla yang ngata chun foundation mangpo yotono changma loks te I problem bla sel to bena something aje you koshishin tene ina ngai chikpo you mane takpek chen tuk zete mane manle chi ngata society ka burden jigot ngata cham sik semshan guna duknal jigot tyo ngai changma loks te nyampo gos te ngaje yo silche se koshish chuche se if you during inaugurate chozat thank you